In times of social media, it is normal to feel constant pressure. Your brain is constantly flooded with information you see online. You feel the urge to be better, post more, or work more. These thoughts can keep you captive, and without even realizing it, you are stuck in your head. Mindfulness didn't only help me with that, it also made me be more creative. But before diving into this topic, I wanted to tell you something about the sketchbook spread first. I started the sketchbook spread in the park after walking around with a friend. We started our tour with a new castle in my town, and I would have recorded something, but we were only allowed to take photos inside, so I will share some of those. It was very interesting to see where the Margraves used to live, and especially how influenced those that used to live in that exact castle were by Asian art. For example, they had one room that was inspired by Chinese art and another one that was influenced by Japanese art, and if I remember correctly, that room is also called the Japanese room. Also seeing the ceilings with all that gold and the decoration that was typical for the Rococo period was mind-blowing and also very inspiring. I would love to implement something inspired by the ceilings in my art at some point. After sketching some very quick sketches in that castle, we decided to take a walk through the park right in front of it. There are many cool statues and I felt like drawing one of them, but I had to call it a day early in the process because my allergies kicked in and I kind of forgot about them until that point. But because I still felt pretty inspired by all the things that I saw, I filled that spread with studies from sculptures and statues that I could find online at home. Again, everything is on my Pinterest board and I will link it down below. In this video, I wanted to talk about something that really impacted the way that I'm seeing and also how I am thinking about my surroundings. It changed my creative thinking process. Being mindful of what I'm doing and being present in the moment makes me feel so much better on a daily basis. I think it doesn't only help you with feeling more calm on the inside, but it also helps with being more creative and seeing the world with the eyes of an artist. But what do I mean when I say being mindful? Mindfulness means that the mind is fully attending the moment and what is happening now. Sometimes I like to just sit in the moment and make myself aware of my surroundings. It's like putting off glasses of distraction and finally realizing what's surrounding you. The taste of the air, the smell of what's next to you, people that walk by, birds chirping outside of your window. The shadows and lights that you can see everywhere. The shapes and colors that you will find in and on everything. It's like a moment of pausing and just breathing. In a world full of progress and constant working, those moments feel so relieving. Sometimes I find myself being less and less aware of what I'm doing, especially in times of huge stress or when my thoughts are running a marathon in my mind. And then, once I realize that, I try to be more mindful again and I try to focus on the positive, beautiful things in life. You can find beauty in everything. And one thing that my friends like to joke around sometimes is that I get attached to very ugly considered things because I find those things lovely and cute in their very unique and sometimes quite funny way. When I'm outside, I try to look at every building, at every rock on the ground, and you won't believe how many things I showed my friends that we would have never noticed before. There are so many beautiful things surrounding us, but we just have to see them. I love romanticizing my life because it makes me feel calm and warm inside. It shows me the beauty in everything and makes me appreciate everything a lot more. I got the ideas for some of my favorite drawings from things or people that I walked by and that I noticed actively in moments like that. When I feel stuck and I need an idea, looking around really helps me. I looked at so many different things that sparked an idea. I mean, you could walk by a random house and maybe the windows will remind you of a face or a character that you could then start to draw. Maybe you will stumble upon a nice color palette or a composition that will spark something in you. Maybe you will notice how something is built that you wouldn't have known before and that you can now implement into your own art. Learning about art also changes the way that I see things. For example, once I learned that warm light makes cool shadows and vice versa, I started to notice these things in real life a lot more. And it's just so beautiful to notice it and walk around and see those things in action. Being mindful also helped me to appreciate the creative process way more. It helped me to stop being so focused on the final outcome. Sometimes I catch myself thinking that something will turn out bad. Then, it can help to just focus on the moment, take a step back, breathe, and you will notice you sitting in front of a sketchbook, canvas, tablet, whatever you use to be creative. And then I start noticing how my pencil feels on the paper, the sounds of the tip scratching over the surface, and me creating whatever I want to. This can help me to feel more relaxed and to just enjoy what I'm doing without caring too much about the end result. Instead of judging your art, you should accept it and just enjoy the process. Mindfulness also helps you to sharpen your senses because you learn to focus on them a lot more. By noticing smaller and beautiful things, it could also help in becoming more positive and grateful. If you want to practice being mindful, you could start every single day after waking up. Instead of reaching for your phone, start noticing the air, the sunlight, and the sounds that you can hear and how you feel. You could also use your breakfast time to calm down, and instead of planning the whole day that's ahead of you and stressing yourself out, just focus on what's in front of you. Your hot cup of tea or coffee, the smell of your food, how it tastes, and so on. By practicing this, you will very soon start noticing things that you wouldn't have noticed otherwise, and that will help you with being creative. Also, if you are an author or storyteller, practicing this will definitely help you in describing situations way better. I wanted to share this because I thought that this way of thinking and noticing my surroundings had a huge impact in my life and how I am creative. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next week.